Good morning, everyone. I need to get my stuff in order here. I need to turn on some cameras. I apologize. I am about an hour late this morning, and it's not my intention. It's just my life right now. You might notice things behind me are disappearing. I'm starting to pack up my craft studio. We are moving at the end of the month, and it's intense. I'll definitely say that because I am decluttering at the same time as I'm doing everything. I belong to this Buy Nothing group. I don't know if you've ever heard of Buy Nothing. Some of you probably have, but it's a group dedicated to just passing on things. I'm checking my sound in the background here, making sure all my volumes are up high. Okay, that one looks good, and that one's good. Okay, so I belong to this Buy Nothing group, and basically, if you have stuff that you don't want, and maybe it's things that wouldn't work well in Goodwill or to donate regularly, like you can put them on the group, and people can say, "Oh, I want this." So then you message them and you put it on your front porch and they pick it up, but sometimes they don't pick it up and you have to remind them. And then I'm also doing runs to like the recycling center, because some of the things, they also have a swap shop there, so I'm dropping stuff off there. I've donated stuff to a friend of mine who crafts with seniors. There's just a lot. And then on the other side, I have our landlord is leasing out our house again, and I am helping, with that as well by allowing them to show our place. So yesterday they were going to show our place in the afternoon, and so I was doing some things to kind of just get ready for that, and then they got a cancellation. So sometimes this work doesn't really get I did it for nothing yesterday, although I have to say my house has been super tidy and clean because of it, but normally I wouldn't maintain this high level during a move period, so it's kind of crazy. But anyway, that is what's going on in my life right now. And thank you so much for supporting me through all of this, because this is my job, and I love what I do. And I still want to be able to do that while going through all this craziness. So this week, I was online and this project came across my feed. It is an origami fold, and I love origami. I don't do it very often because our designer series paper, is a little thicker than origami paper. So often what you'll find with folds that are designed for origami, they don't always work super well with our paper. And I want to use our pretty paper because it's double-sided, it's gorgeous. So I looked at this project and I said, we can definitely make this with paper. I'm going to involve scoring and folding, and I'm going to make this. So this is the little pouch, and don't mistake this with the pouch that I made last week. This only holds one flat treat. I'm going to show you how to do it for a tea bag, and I'm also going to show you different sizes so that you can make this for other size treats. And I'll be showing you something you can put it in other than a tea bag. This was last week's project, so they are similar in size, but you'll notice that one is thicker than the other. The one with the belly band, this one right here, that's the one we made last week. That holds 4 tea bags. This one only will hold 1. I don't think I would go much thicker. Look at the back. It's got this unique fold that holds everything in place. You don't need a belly band for this one. So this is kind of a cool thing. If you have a lot of designer series paper you want to use up, this is great. This is such a great fold for that. And we have our designer series paper on sale this month. And if I remember, I'll show you what designer series paper is on sale in the catalog. It's been so crazy last with the incentive trip, with buying the house. I have not bought as much paper as I intended to, as I normally do at the beginning of a catalog cycle. So I'm like limited in my paper purchasing right now, and I wish I had more, but like I have to like place an order, and I'm just so super busy. So I've been using this beautiful paper over and over again. This is the Countryside Inn paper, and I love it. It's all hues of blue. Look at, and I even wore my all hues of blue shirt to kind of match today. And so you'll see me using this a lot, but there's some other pretty papers. I'm going to point them out in the catalog. I hope by the end of the month I will order some. Maybe I'll order some of that paper, the sale paper, and I'll have it shipped to my new place. Wouldn't that be cool to get like my very first Stampin' Up! Box at the new place? I think that will be cool. All right, so I'm going to show you how to make this pouch. I'm not going to open it right now. I'll open it with my other camera when this is flat because it's a little hard to show. But I think you're going to love this fold. And I don't think, as far as origami goes, it's not super hard. So I think this is definitely one that you can tackle. I do like using a scoring board with it because trust me, you have to fold something into thirds. And folding something into thirds with thick paper is not easy. Like unless you have the score mark to help guide you. So I think that's definitely a huge plus to doing this. All right. I see a few of you are here. I'm glad you found me an hour later than I normally come on here, but I was determined. I was just really late. You'll notice like I have things removed from my walls. I no longer have a table, a clutter table in the background. I've been going through my stuff. I have a full bookcase, and there's only like two shelves now full of stuff. Like each of my drawers is just like totally downsized. It's been crazy. All right, and I'm doing that to my whole house. It's gonna be so awesome when we move and I don't have all that clutter with me. Okay, let's take a look at this project. I'm gonna pop these over here. I'm gonna show you those later. All right, so this is the front. This is the part that is not folded, so you can stick whatever you want on the front and it won't be disturbed. So turn this over to the back, and this is the cool thing. One of these little ends tucks into all the other ones. So this is kind of like step 2 of the origami fold, and then you've got this. Ta-da! And look at that. Isn't that like absolutely coolness? I just thought this was just the awesomest thing. This folds in like this, and then you fold this down. And this is, I'm going to reiterate this several times, fold it in a counterclockwise direction because for some reason it doesn't work in clockwise. So counterclockwise, so just pick one to fold down, and then you go like this, and then you take one of these ends. See, just one of these ends, and you tuck it into that first one, and it creates this pouch, and it holds, and it's just awesome, and I love it. It's just so much fun. So I'm going to show you how to make that. And so let's just talk about the ingredients real quick. Last week, I think I talked about this being a bundle because I used the same bundle. It is no longer available as a bundle. It was in the mini catalog, the Jan to April mini catalog. And when it pulled over into the annual catalog, they unbundle it. So they no longer have the bundle pricing. But the stamp set and this embossing folder with die, this is the other part to it. This is called a hybrid embossing folder. This comes as one product and this comes as one product. So you can buy them separately still. They're both available. I'm also using, this is the Stylish Shape Dies. I've used these a lot. They're great. I'm just using it for this greeting right here, like the square to put on the greeting. So you could use a different label. And then the paper. Let's take a look at the paper. This is the Countryside in 12 by 12 paper. And you can make this pouch with 6 by 6, but it is tiny and it will not hold a tea bag. So if you want to make the tea bag holder, you will need 12 by 12 paper. I'll show you the other sizes I made afterwards. So this is the paper. It's got lots of beautiful blue patterns. Let's pick, I haven't used this pattern yet, the beautiful floral pattern. I don't know. I hope I won't regret using this pattern. Let me see if there's one other pattern that I haven't used yet. Maybe I'll use this pattern because I think this pattern is a little less busy and we might be able to see when I'm folding better. I will try and I'm tempted to make a diagram, but it's so it's kind of a hard one with origami to show the fold. So I'll debate whether or not I do a diagram for this one, but it's not hard. This is not hard. And I'm going to do a table with different size measurements. So if you want to do different ones, you'll be able to see how to make the different sizes. Okay, so you're going to grab your paper, and for the tea bag, if you want to do a tea bag holder, we're going to cut this sheet down. You could do a 12 by 12 sheet if you wanted to. You just need to begin with a square, but I'm going to do a size that's going to give me, this ends up being 3¼ inches across. Okay, so that's perfect for a lot of size tea bags. So we're going to start off, we're going to cut this down to 9¾ by 9¾ So I've just got my arm out here and we're going to lift this up. 9¾ by 9¾ And there's a reason why I have chosen this dimension, because you need to have a dimension that can be easily scored into thirds. So you have to kind of choose your measurement carefully, because not all numbers are divisible by 3. So you want to choose that carefully. And I wanted this to be just a little bit bigger than 3 inches when it was done, because 3 inches is a little tight for the tea bags. 3¼ inches finished is awesome. Okay, so I've got my paper here. I've decided that this side right here, the one, not the striped side, this side, this is going to be the front of my project, what you're going to see on the outside. I should say the outside. Okay, so simple, easy. You can, there's 2 ways to go about this. You can just go ahead and score this at the 3¼ inch mark on all 4 sides. So you can either do this and turn it. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Or you can do it, I mean, the other way would be to do, this is 3¼ on all 4 sides, or you can do 3¼ and 6½ and then turn 3¼ and 6½. So, but easiest way to describe it, if you do 3¼ on all 4 sides, then you get a grid pattern. Let's see. It's not going to show. It's like a tic-tac-toe board, basically. Okay. So that's what we're going to start off with, the tic-tac-toe board. All right. So the side that I want to use on the outside is facing down. And now I'm going to fold this. Really good to have a bone folder because it's going to help smooth down these folds. So we're going to fold this. Let's see. Just need to find our lines. And this scoring, this is so good because this is going to direct where our paper needs to go. You're not going to need to guess where is 1/3 of my paper. Because with origami paper, it's very flexible, right? But when you get this thicker paper, it's gorgeous, but it's not practical for origami folds most of the time. But this project will work well. Okay, so the pattern that I want on the outside is still facing down, okay? So we're going to fold this up. and we're going to fold it in half on the diagonal. So make sure, take your time, line up that point, and then I press down on the center, hold this down, and then I go to the side, I go to the other side, and then once I've done that, I take my bone folder and I smooth it out. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing, the diagonal in the opposite direction. So line that point up, just do a really good job, then hold it down, and I press down in the middle, and then I go to the side, and then I go to the other side, and then I use my bone folder. All right, okay, so you notice, oops, yeah, okay, so now we've got a big X in the middle. And now we're going to flip this over, okay? And this is really important that you flip it over because the folds need to go in the correct direction. And if you don't flip it over at this point, you're going to have trouble bringing it all together. So take this and flip it over. Okay, I wish I had made myself a little diagram right now, but I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. So I need to fold this point over to this intersection right here. So if this was a tic-tac-toe board, this is the corner of the middle square. Okay, so there's a middle square right here. And I want this end right here, this point is going to go over to this corner of the middle square. So you're just going to, it's hard to see on camera right now, but I can see that little point. I'm going to put the point of my paper there. I'm going to do the same thing. Come to the center, side, side. Okay. All right. We're going to turn. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find that corner. And we're going to come down, side, side. We'll do this on all four sides. And once you've made one of these, trust me, it gets like so easy to make them. You'll want to make a ton of them. All right, now we're ready. So the pattern that you want now on the outside, you're going to flip that down. All right, so we've got this piece scored. So then you're going to come here. You're going to create a point here and a point here. Okay, so I don't know how to describe this, but pick two opposite ends like this, and then you're going to twist this. It's a little tricky at first, but it kind of just works its way in. Like you're kind of pushing this one direction. And at first, I always have a little trouble. So if you kind of push in on this side, and then this side comes like this, and then this all folds down like this. I had to watch the original video a few times before I saw how that worked. And so what I would do, you can see that inside square right here. What I would do is fold it together first and then put your treat in afterwards, because just get it nice and flat and folded first, okay? So opposite ends, and then you're going to kind of twist it in like this. And then we're going to fold all of these points down. So I start up at the north, and then we're going around in a counterclockwise direction. Counterclockwise. Don't go this way, go the opposite direction. Okay, just keep folding. And then this one, you're going to tuck under right here. It's not as hard as it looks. I'm making it look really hard, but it's not. Okay, there we go. There is this super sweet pouch. So now I can unfold this. Okay, and then I can put, this is the center, I can put a tea bag, and you can see, I hope you can see about the size of that tea bag. There's a little bit of room on either side that helps the pouch kind of come down, it's the tea bag isn't right to the edges of the square, so there's room for this to fold flat. So again, we're going to just kind of come through and do that, and then we're going to, I'll start here, 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 and then tuck, 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 tuck. Isn't that awesome? All right, so now we're going to create the decoration for the front of here. So we're going to start off with a piece of basic white. We're going to grab our Daffodil Delight ink pad, and I wanted to show you how to do this again because everyone's a little bit of confused with this hybrid embossing folder, because they're like, what? Wait a minute. And I was confused too, because you can die cut and emboss at the same time, which is not something that we're used to doing. So you're going to want to stamp this. You want to kind of see, okay, look for the logo on your embossing folder, and you want to stamp this on a piece of basic white, and you want to orient it the same way as your fruit is showing, like right there. And I'm going to take Daffodil Delight, and remember, you can do this as a grapefruit, a lemon, a lime, an orange. So if you have like orange tea, or I don't know what else you would put in there, but you can customize the citrus. So I always do the outline of the fruit first, and then I fill in. This is an E-block. It's easiest to do the standing, so I'm going to stand right now and kind of just hover over top and just kind of align as best I can, and then stamp. Oh, it's so cute. I just love two-step stamping, but it just is adorable. Okay, let's close up the ink pads. Let's put the stamps aside. I'm going to show you how to do this. So first of all, I'm going to grab my dies. You're going to put the cut side down, and in fact, that's the only way it will work. Like well, actually, yeah, no, it won't work this direction. So you'll know if you can't get this matched up. So I have the flat side up, logos here, and the cut side is facing down. So I just kind of go around my fruit with this die, and then I'll take my cardstock. Actually, you know what? I need to grab, before I do that, let me grab my Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Let's open her up. Grab the base platform, and I'm just trying to think. Okay. Yeah, base platform, and we're going to need the number 4 embossing folder, because this is a thick embossing folder. Okay, so let's realign. I want to get this ready, because once I align it, I want to put it down right away on my machine. So I'm just going to take this, and now I'm aligning this cardstock. That actually looks, well, it looks almost good. You just keep shifting it until all of the fruit is kind of centered. Okay, now that looks good. Pin it down with your thumb. Pin everything down. Put your number 4 plate on top. I'm using the base platform, no other plates except for the number 4 plate. And then I'm just cranking this through. You can't see my crank on the other side. And voila! Look at these wonderful pieces of stamped and embossed fruit. And even just the embossing just looks really deep and delicious. It's a good thing it's lunchtime soon. And then you get all of these different pieces of fruit. Before I put this away, I am also going to do a little die cutting. So I'm going to grab my number 2 plate. This is the thin die adapter. Have a clear plate here, and I want to grab, this is the stylish shapes dies. I'm going to use the second smallest square, and I need 2 clear plates. Okay, I'm going to put down 1 clear plate. I think this one's flatter. When you're die cutting, usually you have 1 plate that is like a little flatter than the other. So I like to put that on the bottom. And I'm just using basic white cardstock, and I'm going to cut. I'm just going to come back. Sometimes it's easier than going all the way through the machine. And that is what we're going to use for our greeting. Okay, I think we've got all of our pieces now. We just need to put everything together. So we're in my storage. Let's collapse this up. Oh, that's loud. Sorry. Okay, bring this over. I'm going to grab Misty Moonlight. I used the same color last week too. So if you got the citrus stamp set and hybrid embossing folder last week, you can do the same project. I'm going to stamp Thanks a Bunch. This comes in the Sweet Citrus stamp set right here. And stamp Thanks a Bunch. Oh, and I will mention I used an E block for here and a B block for here, and the catalog recommends our biggest block for this, but I find that you can get away with putting it on an E block. You just need to be really careful to make sure you get all of it on. There's maybe a teeny tiny bit where you might feel like it's almost off, but all of the solid stamping is actually supported by the block. So I recommend using this because it's just so much easier than using the biggest block, because the stamp set doesn't go all the way to the edge. So an E block is perfectly fine. Okay, so I've stamped this, and I'm going to use this. Actually, you know what? I was thinking that perhaps I would use the other 2 pieces. But I actually want this to, yeah, that looks fine too, right? We could use that and kind of, okay, I'm going to do slightly different. So I want to be able to use up all the pieces. So that way you use 2 pieces on each pouch, and that way you can use up all the leftovers. So I want to show you how I do that. So I'm going to put a little Tombow right here, right below the center, and I'm going to stick this on here on an angle. And then I'm going to have this lemon right here. We'll put a little here, a little here. Okay, and then you can decide how you want to orient this. And then I'm just going to put glue on the back like this. And, you know, maybe a darker pattern might pop the lemon a little better, so you can choose your pattern too. And then I tied a little bow earlier, and I will put it on with a little bit of glue, like so. It's just so pretty. Okay, and there we go. This holds 1 tea bag, and I want to show you what else you could put in here. Now, I only had one thing in my arsenal to do, to put things in here. So I made up a bunch because I lack time. I initially made these up with some retired paper in kind of neutral colors just to kind of show you what to do. So these are different sizes of paper. This purple colored one is started off as a 6x6 page. It measures 2 inches across. This blue one, or Lost Lagoon, started off as a 9x9, and it measures 3 inches across. And this, I think it's pumpkin pie or an orangey color. This one is started off as a 12x12, and it measures 4 inches across. Okay, so basically, whatever your third measurement is. So on the tea bag, we started off with 9 3/4, and we scored at the 3 1/4 inch mark. That's how wide your thing is going to be. So if you start off with 9, you're going to, a third of that is 3, so you're going to have a 3 inch. So just keep that in mind with sizing. So you're going to have, with a 12x12, you can make up to a 4x4 max size. So let's just take a quick look and see what I put in all of these. So this one is kind of tight because it's, it's a small square. So I would say don't make this any smaller than starting with a 6x6. So just works the same way. And inside, I was able to get a Ghirardelli mini, not the regular size. This is the regular size, and this is the mini size. So it will hold a mini in there. Okay. Then we've got this one. And I just want to show you, I think I put, oh no, actually, I was able to put, look at this. I was able to put the regular Ghirardelli in there. So 6x6, 9x9, you can get a regular in here. And then did I put anything? I think I put a tea bag in this last one. This one, I don't know what I would put in here. I don't think, the only square chocolate I know about is Ritter Sport. I don't know that that would fit in there very well. But I guess you could try it. I don't have a Ritter Sport because Ritter Sport is some really good chocolate. If I ever have a Ritter Sport in here, it gets eaten up. I'm sorry. It's good chocolate, but I don't know if it would fit because it's kind of thick. So you're going to need to find something that is like a little flat. And I wouldn't go right all the way to the edge so that it allows to bend over top. Okay. So those are the different sizes, and they just fold together in the same way. And just put your little guy in. And then, wait a minute. Okay. So grab the ends, and then you're kind of bringing them in opposite directions. I'm still getting the hang of it, but trust me, you will get the hang of this. I did post the original YouTube tutorial that this is based off of as a link on my blog. So if you want to see that, I don't know where she got it from. But I wanted to source things out properly, so I wanted to give her a link back, although her channel is a lot bigger than mine, so I probably does not need me at all, but I like to give credit to people if I can. And then this one, because it's so small, and this is a bulky chocolate, it's a little tight, but it still works, and it's so cute, right? So I was thinking, if I was building these up, you could make like a little tower, and then you could do that crisscross ribbon thing. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, I don't really have a great ribbon for this, but and this is retired paper, keep in mind. So like you could do this, like how you do like a tower of treats? Arc. It's easier if you have your thing measured out in advance. I think you need about 20 inches of ribbon. And then, you know, you could tie this up at the top, like, you know, how you would normally do, like a little tie, which I'm not doing very well. Let's anchor this. But you know what I mean? Like, and you tie it. You can do a bow or just a knot. And I'm not going to cut this because this is not going to be a sample, but you can see what I mean. Like, you can create like a little tower effect of treats. So you could have a mini Ghirardelli, a regular Ghirardelli, and then question mark. I don't know what I would put down at the bottom. It'd have to be something really spectacular. I don't know what. I don't think a Ritter Sport would fit in here, but you can choose something. Find something to put in the very bottom. Maybe there's a very, very flat cookie. I don't know. That could fit in that bottom square, and then that would be like really pretty, right? Okay, so let me set that aside, and I wanted to go back to look at the sale paper that's in the catalog. So let's take a quick look at that, and I'll tell you which paper I really want to get. So I do have Bright and Beautiful. This is a 6x6 paper. It is on sale. Here's the Countryside Inn paper, which I love and I've used a lot. I use the Delightfully Eclectic paper on Tuesday for my Casing Tuesday card. Also a good paper, would work for these pouches. Earth and Elegance if you like earth tones. We've got Fresh as a Daisy. That paper would have looked really nice too. And 6x6, 12x12, 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 12x12. I love Glorious Gingham. It's also on sale, but it's a 6x6. So that would be smaller pouches. Inked Botanicals is also a 6x6. Let's Go Fishing is a 12x12. Les Shops is a 12x12. And then we've got 3 more patterns, masterfully made. This is the paper I want to get. I mean, this is like gorgeous paper. Just so pretty. I want some of that. I just haven't been ordering very much because I haven't had the time to play with stuff. Stargazing paper. I don't know what you could put in there, but there could be some really fun treats, maybe for a birthday party or something like that. You could do that. And then Zoo Crew is really cute too. I think that would make some really cute pouches. These papers over here are in color and our regular color collections. They are not on sale, but everything else, this page, this page, this page, and this page is all on sale right now. So pretty awesome. We don't often have paper sales, so take advantage of that because I don't think you're going to see that paper on sale again. Well, they probably won't do a paper sale. I don't know if they'll put it on sale at any one point in the future as part of, I don't know, a bigger sale and for Black Friday. I don't know. Stampin' Up's very, very limited in sales. We don't tend to redo things that have already been on sale. All right. I also wanted to remind you I have a host code this month, and there it is. And if you use this host code and you spend $50, you will be getting this embellishment, the 2023-2025 in color dots. I did get a question this week. Someone asked me, I haven't gotten my May gift yet. She had ordered early on in May, and I kind of felt bad, but I collect orders all months using and under the host rewards, using the host code, and then I use the host code to purchase all of the gifts. So there is a bit of a lag time, especially if you order at the beginning of the month by the time you get it. If you order at the end of the month, it doesn't seem as long. But I use that host code to buy these gifts that I send to you because otherwise I'd be out a lot of money. So that is why I ask you to use the host code. And so if your order is over 50 and you use this host code, you will get my gift. This one will be sent in July. I am going to be working on getting my thank yous out this weekend, or getting them ready this weekend so I can send them out next week. And that would be for May's gifts. And then also we have a fabulous starter kit special going on right now. So if you're spending a lot of money anyway, you're spending money on crafting supplies, check out our starter kit special. There's the link on my page. And right now the starter kit is on sale. It's $99 and you get $155 worth of product in your starter kit. So it's like you are getting, for getting $56 of product for free. Plus your kit ships for free. And, Stampin' Up! Doesn't offer free shipping very often, but it does on the starter kit. So definitely think about getting that, especially if you're spending, making monthly orders. I think that would be good. Or if you're placing periodic large orders, because after you get the starter kit, then you get a discount, a 20% discount on your order. So it truly is worth it. I've had some long-time customers in the past that, waited years and years to get the starter kit. And that's absolutely fine. And I'll mention it every single time there's a starter kit special because I want my customers to get a good deal. So it is there for you. You don't have to sell. You don't have to do classes. You can be a happy hobbyist, spend the money on yourself, be your own best customer, and that's perfectly fine with me. I support everyone on my team, no matter what your goals are. And I will say the vast majority of people are happy shoppers, hobbyists, and they spend the minimum on themselves, and that's fine. I love that. I love hanging out with them. We have some great customer stamping nights and team meetings, and so check out the starter kit, and you can find more information at cubiesquest.com/join, or send me a question if you want. All right, let's talk to all of you before I go and make my lunch. Good morning, Birgit from sunny Germany. I'm glad the sun is shining for you. We've had, as many of you probably are also experiencing, that the forest fires from Canada, the smoke has drifted down into New England. And so we haven't seen, this morning I woke up, there was sunshine. The sky looks a little clearer today, but it's still cloudy. And there's still particulates in the air. You can kind of feel it, like when not that I have breathing problems, but you can kind of feel like there's like that little bit of smoke in the background. So we've had a lot of that recently. So we have not had a lot of sunshine lately, even though we probably would. We haven't had rain. We just have had lots of clouds, and the smoke is kind of hanging in the air. Janine said, good morning. I see my favorite big leaf is missing from my wall. Yes, I took off my Aloha. Yesterday, I started pulling stuff off the walls. I'm like, oh, well, I better not forget to take all my stuff with me. So I'm just clearing out big time. Yeah. Good morning, Deborah from sunny Virginia. You guys are going to have to send me some of your sunshine. Hello, Pat. Oh, you're watching me on the big screen. Oh, my goodness. I'm a bit of a mess today. So I've been actually sleeping pretty well. I just haven't been sleeping as long as I normally do. So I'm a little bit more on the sleep deprived side, but at least I'm sleeping. That's a good thing. Good morning, Vera Blue from Tennessee. Janine says my shirt matches the blue paper. Yeah, that was intentional. I actually was like, oh, what am I doing today? What am I going to wear? Oh, yeah, I've got this blue shirt. I'm going to wear it to match. So good morning, Phyllis, and good morning, Laura. Good morning, Debbie and Marty. And Marty says, wow, just wow. Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked the project. I didn't invent the fold, but I feel like, and this is what I'm trying to do with everything that I do, is I'm trying to bring you ways to do things. Like origami is wonderful. I love it. I would do it more. but our paper is a little thick for origami most of the time. But if I can do a little scoring, then that helps break down the paper so it folds properly. And then you know where those third lines are, like where the thirds are in the paper. Makes it so much easier than having to try and guess or to take a ruler and measure. You just score it and then it folds exactly where you need to, and it's just so much easier. So I think you're going to love this project. The only trick is that first little bend, and you need to remember to score, like to do the scoring and the folding on the right side. So follow along in my instructions and make sure you do the folding on the correct sides so that you get the look that the when it comes together. That's the only trick. And Laura said, wouldn't a Ghirardelli scarf fit? And she was actually right. You guessed it, that it would fit. Good morning, Dee. And you have a spectacular morning. You guys are lucky in the mid-US right now. You haven't been getting all that smoke coming down from Canada. We've been hitting on the East Coast and New York and stuff. It's been swirling around in like this vortex. Yeah, it's not been good. Blue says, I have always liked origami folded projects. I will be adding this one to my list. Oh, awesome. Cute little origami tea bag gift holder. And keep it in mind, like if you find something that's flat, that as a treat, or the original poster of the origami video that I found, she used it like as a sachet to put herbs in. Like if say, I mean, we don't do this a lot here, but you could put lavender in it or something like that. You can put things in there that are, it's kind of a cool deal. Dee says she loves the pyramid of pouches. What a great idea for gifts. Yeah, we just have to find the right thing for that bottom one. So if you have any ideas for me for that biggest one, that square, let me know if you find something that works for that. I'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments afterwards. So Laura asked, would a Dove chocolate be too thick? And I feel like a Dove chocolate is a little thick. I mean, I suppose if you put like a few in the bigger side, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can grab a Dove chocolate for the smaller one. Let's see how it would work. I've packed all my chocolate away. Oh my gosh, okay. See, this is the problem with packing stuff away. I'm going to pop these little notices away. Pop. Okay, let's take a look. A Dove chocolate, it's got quite a bit of depth to it. I'm gonna have to untie my little tower of treats. All right. Yeah, I did not throw away my candy because I like to, reuse my candy. Okay, so I'm putting a Dove chocolate. Let's just see if it will work. So I feel like it's got a lot of depth. So Laura, like I feel like it would work, like a Dove chocolate would work, but you would want to, like, if you're doing something thick, you need even more on the edges. Do you know what I mean? Like, so this Dove is thinner, but it is wider, right? I think. Maybe not. Well, I'd say the Dove is thicker and a little smaller. And this is like a little wider, especially once you add the packaging onto it. So I would say, like, if you're going to use something the thickness of a Dove chocolate, that you need to make sure that it doesn't go all the way to the edges. Because if it goes all the way to the edges, it's not going to fold in. Because you can feel like this is about as far out as you want to get with that. So good one. I liked that. Thank you, Laura, for suggesting that so we can test it out. it's always good if we can test something on camera. I don't have a lot of flat stuff on hand right now. I'm just trying to think, what else we could put in there. But if you have any ideas, let me know. Marty says you could put a gift card in the large one. Yes, a gift card would absolutely work on that one because you have 4x4. So that's a good big space to work with. Marty says the smoke has even spread down to Pittsburgh, not anywhere near as bad as others, but it has affected our air quality. Yeah, it's a big, wide swath of the eastern U.S., and it kind of swirls around. And I remember having smoke come from Western Canada a little bit in previous years, but I don't remember smoke coming down from Quebec, and I guess there's some fires in Ontario as well. It's kind of unusual. I think they got some hot, dry weather in May, maybe that they don't typically have. It's very early in the forest fire seasons because, you think about Canada, and I am a Canadian, I'm a dual citizen. And Ontario typically has either their summer doesn't kick up as soon, and it stays colder longer, and sometimes you can get even a snow in May, and that's just in southern Ontario, and we're talking about more northern regions. So but yeah, forest fires, they don't just affect the country that they start in. But it works in reverse too. Like American forest fires have brought smoke up to Canada too. So, it sucks that, the forest fire smoke does not respect the borders. But I remember, and some of you might remember this, a long, long time ago when Mount St. Helens erupted. I lived in British Columbia, and we had ash all the way up in our community in Canada. So, these kinds of phenomena, they don't respect borders at all. They just cross wherever they want, right? Okay, Dee says, cute project. Thank you, Brenda. These are really cute. Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. I appreciate you so much. Give me a thumbs up if you like this project. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do. It helps other people find me, and I appreciate my customers and my team so much, especially during times like this when I am super busy, and every time I get an order, it puts a smile on my face because I feel so grateful because I am packing up a whole house. I'm decluttering. I'm trying to be a good citizen of this earth, and not just throwing everything in the trash. I'm trying to find homes for the things that I have bought, and with each home, I try to be good and only buy the things that I truly need. Of course, we are very fortunate where we live, and we have a lot more than a lot of other citizens on this earth, and so I want to make sure that things that I buy, they continue to be useful for other people. So I love being able to do the Buy Nothing group. I love taking stuff to our swap shop and decluttering, and so I hope you guys all do the same, because I think it's such a good thing, and it really helps some people out that they may have been looking for something, and now they can get it from you and save themselves a few dollars. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will be back next Tuesday and Friday with new projects for you. And watch for my project sheet tomorrow. I have not made it up yet. If you aren't already on my email list, that's how you will get my project sheet. It will come out in the mail to you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.